Hey guys, what's up? So today we're going to be going over Jarvan. We're going to going over pathing, the mechanics, and then the builds. So even if you're here and you're not trying to learn Jarvan jungle, you'll still learn a lot through the pathing. So stick around and we'll be going over pathing first. Alright you guys, first I'm going to go into a practice tool. I'm going to show you guys this few amount of paths that you can do when you're playing Jarvan jungle. Also, we'll go over the clear too. Just because I noticed that a lot of people have trouble with the clear. For runes, you want to go conquer, and then after this, there's a few things that you can do. You can either do magical footwear and then cosmic insight, so you get free boots, and then extra CDR, so you can spam more abilities, use EQ a bunch more, or other things that you can do is you can do Nimbus Cloak if you want. Nimbus Cloak is pretty good if you want to try and just like have the early aggression, extra ganking power. After that, I think it's just generally better to go magical footwear, cosmic insight. I do see, some people trying to go super aggressive and going sudden impact and less hunter, so they have the extra move speed to gank around the map. But honestly, I always usually do magical footwear. Free boots, 300 gold at 12 minutes, and then you get 5% CDR, which is nice on Jarvan because it allows him to spam more E's and more Q's. And if you do go, more CDR, it feels really nice in the late game when you get more CDR items. And then in this rune page, you go Tenacity, they have a lot of CC. Last Stand if you're trying to brawl a bunch, Coup de Grace if not. And then yeah, after that, 10% attack speed, really important. And one thing I noticed that a lot of people struggle with is deciding, should I go armor here or magic resist here? Even if you're against an AP jungler, sometimes it's actually crucial to stick with the 6 armor still, because you need it for the jungle clear. Just one thing to keep in note. Yo, what's up? Yo, what's up, Luna? I am reading chat. Alright guys, let's go into the guide. So we're gonna do Hunter's Machete. You always go Hunter's Machete on this champion. I do see that some people go the Hunter's Talisman in order to clear Raptors better. I prefer just doing single target camps because it's basically better to focus on the single target camps as Jarvan in the first early levels because his passive, the first basic attack deals an enemy 8%, deals 8% of their current HP as bonus physical damage. So this is really strong against single target damage camps, and also because he just has a bunch of attack speed from his E when he casts his E, so he does single target camps really fast. So try to prioritize doing single target camps early game. So prioritize doing buff to buff and then Gromp. There are a few different paths that Jarvan can do, and we'll go over each one of them. So if you want a vertical jungle, then you want to do, camp into enemy buff. So this is actually something that you can try and that works all the time, is you can actually do red into enemy blue and Gromp. This works if the enemy jungler is a weak level 2 jungler and you think that he's going to do full clear and be on Gromp. So let's say like we're playing against a Mumu. So we'll go through the cheese routes first. Jarvan has a ton of cheese routes, and that's why I want to make sure to cover all of them so you guys understand, this champion you're not always going to be doing the same path every single game. So imagine the enemy jungler starts right here. So the enemy jungler starts red. You can gank bottom level 2 if they play aggressive, or you can look for enemy blue buff. Boom. Because he started red, you can invade enemy blue buff. Most junglers, full clear, and Jarvan's really good at doing buff to buff. So even if like the enemy jungler comes here, most of the time you'll win the 1v1 because you're Jarvan, you're level 2 spiking, you're probably playing against, scaling jungler. So this is actually a really good path if you're having bot priority or you want to impact the bottom lane side of the map. So for example, after red buff here, the reason why you can pretty much guarantee to get bot prio every single time is after the camp, right? You're pathing through the tri-bush towards the enemy blue. So this is why you'll always have bot prio, because if you don't have bot prio, you can just gank for it, boom, boom. Now they have to blow flashes, and then you run to the enemy blue. As long as you're fast on the gank, you'll be here on time because the enemy is starting red. So this is why it's good to do this path, because it's just always going to guarantee you bot prio, and the blue invade is always going to work because you have the bot prio from walking, tri-bush, here, boom. So it's split map situation too, because it also protects your bot lane. Say like you have a Draven bot lane, you want to play to the Draven, or you have a Caitlyn bot lane, this is the path that you can do if the enemy jungler starts red. So let's say like the enemy jungler starts blue buff. In this situation, you just want to do your normal clear, which is, you know, red, blue, you know, Gromp. Then you're level 3, and then you can consider invading for level 3 red if he's a full clear jungler, because then his red will still be up. One thing that I do see a lot of Jarvans do is invade level 2, so you can consider doing that more, guys. So basically you can do red into enemy red if the enemy starts blue buff too. So if you have top prio or mid prio, then you can look for invade on enemy red. So let me show you guys exactly what that looks like. So let's say you have mid prio here, mid prio, top prio here. Mid prio isn't really gonna matter too much because most mid laners are even prio. Most mid laners are even prio in the early game, like first or second wave. Top prio is gonna matter more. So for example, let's say you wanna split map to a really volatile top lane matchup, like let's say it's Riven versus Camille. You know, like Riven versus Camille, whoever's going to get the lead there is going to snowball. I hope you guys all agree with that. So this is a path that you can do to make sure that Riven and Camille, this top lane matchup, is in your favor by pushing the enemy jungler out of his quadrant so that he's scared to walk to top lane early. So the path would be to do your red and then invade his red. So let's do this.
Minions have spawned.
So the path would be to do this red here. Then after doing this red, enemy jungler is probably doing his blue. And you probably walk all the way over here. Since you're a level 2 jungler, say like you have top push, mid push, say like you have mid push. Mid push can be even, mid doesn't really matter too much because most of the time like the guy's gonna be stuck under tower anyway. Okay, I really messed that up because I thought my EQ leveled up because I was reading chat. So basically you EQ over to the red. So we're a bit low on mana, and then you would finish the red here. This is a good ward as well, so you can spot if the enemy comes. And then usually in this situation, you can actually just head over and do his double golems too. And this will give you level 3. So if you apply red buff on each double golem, makes it easier to kill. And then you're level 3, and you counter jungle 2 camps. So this forces the enemy jungler right here. Well, the reason why I had 0 mana was because I missed my EQ there. Just so you guys know. So right here I would have like around, you know, an extra 100 mana will be at 200, and that'd be enough to gank. So for example, this path, red into enemy double golems when the enemy jungler starts blue, and you have top Prow, and top is a volatile matchup like Riven Camille, it makes it so that top is isolated in your favor. So this is really important, because if the enemy jungler shows up right here, he's gonna be like, fuck dude, you know, like my red buff's gone, and he's gonna probably path down, and he'd be like, you know, I'm just gonna do Raptors and then go for bottom scuttle. This makes it so it's likely that you're gonna get top scuttle as well, because you just took his red. You're probably the stronger jungler at this point too, because you have red advantage, and say like you're pretty low mana, like it's completely fine because Scuttle Crab gives you your mana back. And then after this point, like you can look to gank top or mid again, see how mana comes back from Scuttle Crab, top, mid. Then you can look at blue buff, easy peasy. So blue buff will give you your mana back, and then you can path down normally again. So let's go over the basic clear, because those are like a lot of variance clears for like invading. So red into enemy blue, and then red into enemy red, and then double golems. So those are different, a little bit different clears that you normally would see, guys. Any questions so far in the chat, guys? So I'm gonna spend a few minutes answering questions in the chat right now, so you guys have a decent idea of what's up, and we can get any confusions out of the way. Do I gank the win condition or gank the gankable lane, like a range top? Will push on my top. What should I do? So you should gank the more gankable lane in the early game, because it's better to get yourself the lead in the early game, because the jungler is most OP in the early. And then after you get strong, then you want to play around your win condition. How to do 2x golem without being spotted? Just track. So track the minion wave. So his minion wave is the same as your minion wave, so go based off of your mini wave. So like right now, this minion wave is about to hit this spot, and when the minion wave hits this spot, make sure you're not crossing here to here. Okay, so let's take a look at other questions as well. What elo is best for Jarvan? Jarvan's just generally good as a jungler because you can gank a bunch. I say that he's better as you go up in elo, because then you can play more as a teamfight starter, and then your carries will do a bunch of damage. If you're good at choosing fights though, then he's always good in every single elo, and you can even go 80 Jarvan to hard carry games in low elo if you're really good. Hello teacher, what if my team doesn't want to help me doing the first buff and invading? Usually you would be able to do this clear, like unspotted, red into red against most solo queue junglers, because most solo queue junglers full clear. You guys probably full clear too. When you start bottom, you guys probably do blue buff, gromp, wolves. So in that time, if you do red into enemy red, you'd already take this red in time, and you'd already be on his double golems right as he enters the red, and then you'll just be 2 camps up, and you'll be a buff up, and you'll be low on mana. But as long as like you have enough for 1 EQ, it's fine. Then you can do blue buff, and boom, you're good. Okay, so now let's go into the next path, which is just the basic Jarvan path to gank top lane. So if you're trying to gank top lane on Jarvan, then you can do this path. You can do your red buff. The reason why you like to start with red buff first is because it is the easiest first camp to do. It has -15 armor compared to the blue buff that has 10 armor. And then for the blue buff, you do the blue buff here. It's good to use smite on either gromp or the blue buff. And then after the gromp here, you can look to gank top, or you can look to keep farming. So we're a little bit low here because we didn't get a leash. So in most of the time, you would be able to get a leash as Jarvan jungle, and then you would have an extra 200 HP. Another thing that's really nice about red buff is that the unit recovers health when not fighting champions or epic monsters. So you just health regen a lot with the red buff as soon as you get it, if you're like walking from point A to B. So if I had walked instead of teleported, I would have had a little bit extra HP as well. And then here, like this is how you would do your other camps. Focus a small one first. So the most tricky thing to do on Jarvan is the Raptor camp. So we'll go over the Raptor camp really fast. Because a lot of people I notice always go for the big Raptor, and it destroys their HP and destroys their clear. So you want to EQ to knock all the Raptors up, hit all the Raptors with your EQ combo, and then it's really easy to do Raptors. Focus the small ones, like we barely take any HP. I think this is the camp that destroys most junglers. So if you do it really well like that, you drag it out, clump them together, hit them up with the EQ to cancel their auto attack. So notice how I EQ to cancel the camp's auto attack timer. That's actually pretty crucial because that's how you want to use the knockup sometimes. And it saves you from taking an extra auto attack. And then you want to use your W, you know, on cooldown when you have blue. And like we're level 4, very fast, and basically it took like no damage. We actually healed a bunch from doing wolves, raptors, and double golems because we were taking less damage and we were getting more healing from my hunter's machete, 10% lifesteal. So that's how you can do wolves, raptors, double golems on Jarvan really easily. Another thing as well is let's just go over Jarvan mechanics. So we should all know that if you flag and drag, the champion's going to get knocked up. So let me add this variance. So this one is another one that I want all of you guys to practice in practice tool if you're trying to play Jarvan for real, is the EQ and then flashing to extend the knockup. So this is really crucial because most of the time in this game you're going to be playing against shit with dashes everywhere. So for example, the meta has changed whereas like there's pretty much a dashing champion in one of the lanes. So for example, if it's like an Ahri, you know, he's gonna ulti out. So as soon as he ultis out, you EQ, flash, to match his flash or to match his dash, and then you can get the gank off. What's also really crucial is your timing of your W, the timing that you use your W. So when you knock the opponent up, you don't want to use W until he starts running, because you don't want to stack CC on each other. So I do this sometimes because of habit. So I'm sure that this is something that everybody can practice too, is when you do the knockup, right? Save W for after they start running during a gank situation. The 15% slow is crucial. Every single second counts of any sort of CC. Another thing that's really crucial about the Jarvan mechanics is doing the short range flash cancel. A lot of people don't notice this one as well. So like say you flag really far away and like, or you're really off with your EQ, like this is really off if we were to flag right here. One way to fix this is you can literally flash anywhere to get the knockup. See that? So like say like you're ganking somebody and you're like, oh shit, you know, like I just whiffed this entirely. Just as long as it's not directly like behind the target dummy like that, you can still get the knockup. So if it's like side by side, like you'll never do this flag, right? Because that's just way off center. So let's say like you do this flag because you think he's gonna juke this way, but you were mistaken. Then you can just EQ flash over like that, and then he's knocked up. So that's all the combos that you really need to learn as Jarvan, and that's just why I recommend that, you know, lower elo players pick him up, because he's not that mechanically intensive for his first 3 abilities. Just know that when you EQ, sometimes your Q will come up before your E disappears because the flag lasts for 8 seconds. Your Q is a 7.7 second cooldown. So like if you EQ to this, you run away, fight, fight, fight. Just keep notice that your flag still might be there for another return Q. Another thing as well is this is where it gets really, really important for Jarvan is his ulti. So there are a few combos with this ulti that you can do. The regular combo is, you know, just ulting on top of them, auto attack, and then you can knock them up once you're closer to them. And this is good if you're trying to, you know, get an easier EQ. Like for example, when you're on top of them, it's a lot easier for you to land your EQ because, you know, they don't have as much room to dodge it. So if you ulti, EQ, you're right on top of them. It's literally impossible to, you know, dodge the knockup. The other combo is just the EQ, auto attack, ulti for damage, and you're using your ulti for damage at that point. Then this one's really important when starting off a team fight. So for example, say like your team is behind you, you don't want to get one shot. If you ulti in, like you'll stay in the fight, you're pretty squishy, you don't want to get one shot. So ulti in, EQ out, but also knocking up people in the process. So that's a really easy way to start a fight. Ulti in, boom, get out. So if you ulti in, you want a W to get the massive shield. So your W shield is increased, you know, based off of nearby enemy champions. That's why you want to use W with, you know, more people around you. Boom, boom, be good. And then the other thing is like, you know, just doing the EQR, like the suicide engager. The only problem with this is that you just have to have your team close enough to follow up. So you don't want to do this EQR unless your team is close enough to follow up. And then this one, I see a lot of Jarvans make a mistake on all the time, is if they EQ flash R. So if you EQ flash R, one thing to note is that if you are, so let's go in this river. If you're right next to your teammates, which are like right here, if you EQ flash R, your teammate's gonna have a really long time to get over here. And your ulti only lasts 3.5 seconds. So just make sure when you EQ flash R that the enemy has no flash and your teammate can get here in time before the Cataclysm, you know, despawns. So this is really crucial to know, like your engage range. Alright guys, so that's it for, you know, pathing and mechanics. Then we'll go into builds. Not that many mechanics, which is a good thing for you guys. It's really good because then you can focus more on pathing, you can focus more on, you know, objective control and all this other stuff, which is really crucial. One thing that's really important about Jarvan is that he's actually really good at controlling objectives. Because he has a lot of turn, he can engage really well. Like when people walk into river here, when people walk in over here, you know, it's very easy to create terrain, knock people up. Same with the bottom side here. So for example, if we reset the dummies here, say like you set up objective control on dragon, pink ward here, pink ward here. When people walk in, you do the dragon, people will walk in to contest, right here. This is a easy flash knockup combo into ulti. They're stuck and this creates terrain, so this makes it really hard for them to, you know, fight in this area. And then say you have a rumble to combo on top of it, like this entire area is just so doomed for them to walk in. So this is actually really good to start objectives, get the ping control set up, one ward to spot when they're entering, and then look for the turn with either flash EQ, double knockup, ulti to set up like say your teammates' abilities like a rumble R, Victor R, or just follow up in general, and then this is a guaranteed fight to win. So let's head over into the item builds. So you want to always go either Cinder Hulk or Warriors. Nothing really else. I prefer going Cinder Hulk if like my team is doing well, my team has a ton of damage, they're fine, and we don't have a front line. In solo queue though, I actually do opt into going Warrior a ton because technically you're trying to carry in solo queue, you're trying to get LP, you're trying to be the deciding factor of the game. So my Jarvan carry build that I like to go is Red Smite for survivability, for the dueling potential, 20% reduced damage when you apply it to any champion. So we go Warrior, boom. We go Black Cleaver, so we get the 20% CDR. CDR is really good on Jarvan because if you take a look here at max level, and we go on your EQ, right? Your E is a 10-second cooldown, your Q is a 5-second cooldown. What I love about this spell is in a team fight, you can always Q back to your flag and get a bunch of knockups. And then every 10 seconds, you can use your new flag again, and you can get another knockup. Another thing as well is you can spam your W a bunch, and then your ulti to blow more flashes. But watch what happens when we max out on CDR. So let's go Black Cleaver, right? And then let's do like a lethality item, like this Umbral Glaive, which is 10% CDR. And then now we're maxed out at CDR. Or if you had like blue buff, then that'd be your last 10%. And then after this, you want some survivability in Jarvan. So let's say you go, well at this point you can consider doing, before this point, after the warrior item, you would consider if Ninja Tabbies is good or Merc Treads is good. Sometimes it's fine to go neither one of the boots, because you actually do have like pretty good move speed with the magical footwear. Say like you're having a hard time deciding which boots and you have perfect buys to like always get good items like 800 Kindle Gem, Phages, Black Cleaver, and you have like never have time to go boots. It's actually fine with the magical footwear because you have the 10 extra passive move speed that magical footwear gives. So at this point, you can do Merc Treads or Ninja Tabbies. Most of the time, Merc Treads because a lot of people have CC. And then at this point, you go GA for survivability. And then, let's see, add gold. Where is Sterix? Sterix for more survivability. So this is the AD Jarvan build if you're snowballing really hard and you need to be the damage dealer on the team. And then we'll go into the tank Jarvan build. So now my E cooldown is 6.6 seconds. And my Q is 3.3. So this is why it's pretty insane in solo queue. Look at that. Now we have Q again. And your Q just like melts people because it does so much physical damage. The scaling is really nice because it does 240 plus 350 and it lowers people's armor, so your damage is even more. So EQ, watch that. And then you have another Q coming right up. And then you have another E coming right up. And now you have two flags in like a fight at one time to, you know, go off of with your Dragon Strikes. This is why it's pretty insane. Your Golden Aegis, you know, your W shield is a 6.6 second cooldown too. That's why I value CDR really, really highly on AD Jarvan if you do go AD Jarvan. So then the other build is going to be the tank Jarvan build. This is going to be more common. You're probably going to be able to build this like pretty much every single game and not have a problem with, you know, it ever. So basically you want to go either Cinder Hulk, you want to go Blue Smite Cinder Hulk, or Red Smite Cinder Hulk. Blue Smite is generally better against range champions, people that you need to get close to, you know, slow them to get on top of them in order to start a fight. Red Smite's better against like bruisers, assassins. So Cinder Hulk, boom. It can be Red Smite Cinder Hulk. I think that's more likely because Red Smite's just an OP, you know, smite. And then we'll do Merc Treads. And then at this point, it gets a little bit confusing. So sometimes you can go Hybrid Jarvan. This values the cooldown reduction, so you can cast more abilities. And here you go Black Cleaver. And then after Black Cleaver, you can go like Gargoyles. But let's just stick with the full tank Jarvan for now. So full tank Jarvan, you want to actually go Gargoyles, this third item, because the reason being, when you get the Gargoyles Rush and you're just like an engage bot, let's take a note. So Gargoyles, if 3+ enemies are nearby, you grant 40 bonus magic resist and armor. And you're always going to have that situation because you're always going to be in the middle of a fight. So that's why it's such a good item on Jarvan. So look, we have 140, 118 armor. Just because normally you get 40 armor and 40 magic resist already. So when we're near these enemies, we just get in total 80 armor and 80 magic resist, which is just insane. Just like this item alone makes this champion so broken in team fights if you need a frontline tank. And then increasing the HP by literally like 100%. Look at that, we're at 5k HP. And I know it does, reduce your damage dealt, but usually when you're engaging in a fight, like you're probably EQing in, using your ulti, and then after you would use Gargoyles anyway. So it's not like you're losing any damage because you're already using all your damage spells before using Gargoyles anyway. So this is actually really, really crucial in Jarvan. Knowing how to use Gargoyles, don't play it. And then the next items that are really good on Jarvan are Warmogs, Randuins. These are, I think, like my favorite. Warmogs because it stacks you more HP after Gargoyles because you already have so much armor and magic resist, right? So when you get more HP, then it balances it out and you get the increased 100% HP, so it becomes even more worth it when you have Gargoyles already. So Randuins, if they have a lot of crit damage, say like they have a crit 80 carry, 20% reduced damage from critical strikes, really huge. And it combos really well with how Jarvan wants to engage. So he goes in, ulti slows, Randuins, and then Gargoyles, really tanky, it slows the entire team. Now you have a ton of CC. W is really good because at this level it's a 35% slow, and then Randuins is also another 55% slow. So they're going to be pretty much like really slow trying to get out of this Cataclysm, or just in general, even if they're not in the Cataclysm, then they're really slow and your teammate's going to have an easy time to be able to get damage off and just fight around you because you're really tanky, and that's really good. So if you do need magic resist, so the magic resist items depend solely on the enemy's champions. So for example, if it's like burst magic resist, one thing that you can do is you can go the locket for your team, and then because locket gives you like a huge shield, it's really good against like champions like Karthus, like Ziggs for example. But say like you're against like a Kog'Maw. Kog'Maw does a bunch of like damage based off of like the same spell effect, or say you're against like Karthus, same spell effect like the Skittles on the ground, then Adaptive Helm is pretty good. Most of the time though, the Gargoyles is enough magic resist because you're not only getting 40 base magic resist from the Gargoyles, but you're also getting another 40 on top of it when you enter a fight. Most of the time, mages aren't very strong at killing tanks anyway because their spells are they play around their spell rotations, and you have a bunch of HP because you have Warmogs and you have Randuins already, and you have the Gargoyles. So pretty much like if you're playing against like an Anivia or a Burst Mage, just pop Gargoyles when you're in the fight and then you're chilling. So at this point, like you can get like more supportive items too for your 80 carry. Tank Jarvan's more like a supporter kind of guy slash the tanky guy. So if you do need magic resist, then sure, go Adaptive Helm. Or if you need to help your 80 carries survive, then you would either go Locket, or either you would go right here, you would go Knight's Vow, and then you would attach it onto your 80 carry guy, like that. And then now, if your partner is nearby, you gain an additional 20 armor and 50% move speed towards them. You get, just the base armor cooldown reduction, which is nice. Cooldown reduction is really good on Jarvan. But the important part is if your partner is nearby, heal for 12% of damage your partner deals to champions, and redirect 12% of your damage your partner takes from champions to you as true damage. So you're pretty much negating 12% of the damage that they take. And also, like, if you have like a Philios AD carry or like a super scaling AD carry in the late game, he's gonna heal you a bunch because you're gonna be in the fight for a long time. And at this point, you're probably like tanky enough where like you don't need any more resistances. You just need to keep your carries alive. So Knight's Vow or Lock is like pretty considerably pretty good. Because I don't see any champion that can really kill you within this time period, which is when you have 8k HP. And even just base, like you have so much armor and Magicus here that if you reach the spike with Jarvan in the late game, then you're going to be pretty unkillable. So there's that. Alright guys, sorry for the long lesson. Hopefully there was a lot of information that you can use. I appreciate you guys watching this lesson. We're going to be going into, in-house games now. And also I'm just going to give you guys some time to ask questions in chat, and we can go over the questions. We can pretty much, answer any question in general about Jarvan, jungle, etc. So let me know what questions. We're going to go into in-houses, so stick around for the in-house games, and you can see some live gameplay of Jarvan. Do I split the map versus farming jungler, or do I counter gank him? So splitting the map versus a farming jungler is really good because not only do you deny him from farming because he wants to get out of the early game trying to get as many levels, you're also taking away his levels, and you're also making sure that the lane that you're splitting the map towards is safe and you can impact that lane, but the other guy cannot. You are insane. Yo, thank you. Amazing me. You're insane, bro. It's good that you explain a lot about the builds and your thoughts because you are the coach. I just noted everything you said. Thank you very much for your time. Yo, thank you, bro. What side of the map should I start on to gank a lane? Sometimes I've heard you want an opposite side to path cross, but sometimes the same side start to split map. So opposite side if you're trying to gank top early. So if you're trying to gank a lane early as fuck, then you start red, and then you path up, end top, gank top on level 3, level 4. If you're trying to same side split, then you only can do the same side split if the enemy jungler starts opposite side. So for example, most junglers start blue side, right guys? Most junglers start on blue because everybody loves getting a bot lane leash. So what you can do is to split map top is boom, 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 run to enemy red, take his red, and now this is split map, and you can even take his double golems. Prefer taking double golems over raptors because you need double golems to get level 3. 2 buff raptors doesn't give you level 3 because double golems gives a little bit more EXP. You get level 3 from double golems instead. How do you jungle as Fiddlesticks versus aggressive early jungler? I always lose those matchups. So if you do get invaded a lot on your blue buff, so if you're blue side, a lot of people start bottom side, right? And they end top and then invade the enemy jungler here. So for example, most junglers start bottom side, path up, and then invade Fiddlesticks on the opposite side closest to them. So if you're Fiddlesticks and you know that most junglers love to start with bot lane leash, just start, on your top side, get top lane leash, and now you're, opposite jungling the enemy jungler. So like opposite pathing. So for example, he's pathing to top. So I'm Jarvan here. So imagine this is me, I'm Jarvan. I'm gonna try and punish Fiddlesticks. I'm gonna path top, boom, and then try and invade you on this camps. Well, as a Fiddlesticks, you could just start top and then path bottom. The only risk to this is if like the enemy Jarvan is good enough to like level 2 your blue buff, but most low elo junglers don't do that, so don't worry about that too much. Try and start the opposite side that the enemy starts so that you can protect your buffs. Is there any delay on the stream? Nope. What is Jarvan's weaknesses in any part of the game? So Jarvan's weaknesses is that his engage is very predictable. So basically, like, his engage is predictable because it's literally like a straight line engage, you know? So any champion that has dash flash can make sure to dodge it quite easily. So make sure you play this champion against, you know, stuff that has pretty much an easy like no escape kit, like Jinx, MF, Aphelios, Lux, etc. So this is pretty crucial. Jarvan's really OP against like these immobile carries. Some people say to never evolve Eve on Kha'Zix. What do you think? I would agree on that. You know, sometimes to never evolve E, because the other evolves are pretty nice. Depending on the situation, you can evolve Eve. I would evolve E if you're snowballing. Like not first level E, but like maybe like second or third if you're like one-shotting people and you can just dash on people, one-shot them, dash on other people, one-shot them. Hey Don Jonas, how's it going, bro? What is bad matchup for Jarvan? So bad matchup for Jarvan would probably be, you know, generally speaking, champions with dashes like Lee Sin can dash easily out of his ulti. Lee Sin can win the 1v1 because he can dash the EQ damage. Silas also has a dash. Other than that, like the general idea of Jarvan versus most junglers is he's an early game jungler. So he wants to snowball early. Most junglers are scaling. So if you're a scaling jungler, your win condition against Jarvan is more to scale. But I think Jarvan's pretty good because if you play around your lanes well, you can snowball your lanes. And then if you have a snowball lane state, then it's very easy to kind of like, you know, play around your teammates in order to snowball and win the game. So why Knight's Vow? This is just an optional item tree. I think these are the main items that you would consider, and then the fifth one could be option, or the last one could be optional. Last one optional because usually at this point you're pretty freaking tanky. Like you're probably going to be unkillable at this point with knights, with the gargoyles doubling your HP. So I was recommending Knight's Vow because it can help your AD carry stay alive longer or lock it. How does Jarvan do against Nidalee, Lee Sin, Shaco? So Jarvan beats all those junglers in the early game, but basically if you don't get a lead against those junglers, then you're gonna feel a lot rougher. You're gonna feel a lot rougher later on. So be careful about that. I honestly think it's skill matchup most of the time. Like because Jarvan's such a good engager, it's not like he falls off hard in the late game. He's still like a really good engager. So if you're really good at choosing fights and learning how to start fights, then you're not actually gonna be fucked. You're still gonna be fine. When is Jarvan strongest? Like after what item? So after Sinner Hulk, he feels really good because his clear is good. He has a lot of HP. He does a lot of damage because of the winning combat burns nearby enemies for 29 magic damage a second. And then every 11 seconds, your next, you know, immobilizing spell deals like 80 damage, bonus magic damage. And pretty much it's really good for clear, really good for fights. And then Red Smite makes you do a ton of damage all the time too. So after first item, you feel really good. And right after Gargoyles as well, you feel so tanky. If you do AD Jarvan, then Black Cleaver, or after one lethality item, you'll feel really strong too. I think Jarvan is easy to play base level, but advanced level, he becomes even harder because you have to play to choose fights that are really good for your team. Who do you prefer more, Rek'Sai or Zac? Rek'Sai. Is this build good for carrying? I felt like lethality Jarvan has more carry potential. I would agree on that. This build is more just the basic build that I'm showing you guys that is pretty much good in every single situation. lethality is not good in every single situation. It's only good when you're snowballing, or if you already have hard engage on your team, like you already have someone fulfilling the CC role, the tank role, then you don't have to worry about that. Or if the enemy has just squishies and you can just one-shot the squishies before they pressure you. Alright guys, let's do the in-house now. So gonna head into an in-house and we're gonna invite you guys, or we'll probably just create open lobby. I have heard that Jarvan's like a harder version of Xin Zhao. What do you think? I think Jarvan is harder than Xin Zhao in terms of just like the complexity of, you know, choosing objectives, choosing, you know, engage spots for your team. I do think that Xin Zhao is harder to execute when it comes to mechanics though, because he has more mechanic diversity with his kit. Jarvan's kit is a little bit more simple than that. Alright, so we're gonna create a game. It's gonna be ProGuides in-house. Password is gonna be Jarvan. And then let's do blind pick. And we'll do draft mode. This is gonna be NA server. I apologize for you guys on different servers. So password is Jarvan, uncapitalized. Uncapitalized, guys. Red or blue smite? Red smite generally, but blue smite's good as well. Blue smite is good against ranged champions. Red smite's better against bruisers. What do I think about Jarvan's spellbook with Zombie Ward and Relentless Hunter? Where do I see the runes tab? They kind of shifted everything around. Let me just think about it. So you go spellbook. And then you get boots, biscuits or futures market, DDR. I think it's not a bad idea. I think it's a pretty, pretty smart idea. I think it can definitely work because, Jarvan isn't really rune reliant a bunch, but you do lose out on a lot of dueling potential. So I actually prefer, personally I would still go for Conqueror for the early game dueling potential, so most definitely I would still do the Conqueror build. Alright, let's start the game, guys. Gonna just ban random champions. General jungle route for ganking heavy playstyle. Make sure it's dynamic. Make sure your jungle route is dynamic. As long as you have a decent idea, you're gonna be fine. So for example, don't do bot start every single game. You're gonna be freaking, like trolling if you do the same route every single game. So for example, say you want to gank mid or you want to gank bottom early, then do top start. If you want to gank bottom early, then top start's better than doing bottom start because then you reach to the bottom point of the lane much faster, or the game much faster. Sorry, that might have been confusing. So basically, have a dynamic route because each game lane matchups are different. So as long as you follow that rule, prepare your route in lobby, and then you can execute. For example, start bottom if you want to gank top fast. Start top if you want to gank bottom fast. etc. Alright, so we're gonna go Jarvan as we have planned today. We're gonna do Conquer. So another rune that you can go is Electrocute too. If you're like trying to one-shot people and stuff. So I'm just checking out some runes that people are running. So a lot of people are running Inspiration secondary, and some people are doing Domination for the zombie ward as well. I prefer Inspo second because you do get free boots, saves you 300 gold, makes it so that you can rush into another item very fast. So a few things that I noticed already is that I'm playing against an Olaf. So Jarvan has a hard time 1v1ing Olaf, especially if you do go the tank route. So if you want to go a little bit more DPS heavy against Olaf, then that might be nice. So something I might do is I might go Cinderhulk into Black Cleaver, and then that might be, you know, I'll be tanky, I'll also deal a little bit more damage, and good CDR to spam abilities as well. One thing I do notice that's really crucial about this game is that, you know, this MF is quite gankable because he's immobile, so look for the immobile guys in your game as Jarvan. Pretty crucial. Let's see if we have the Warring Kingdom skin. There we go. They almost all 80. That is true. We don't have to go Tenacity this game. Tenacity is not good against their team. They don't have much CC. They have like some slows, like the Olaf Axe, but that's not worth taking Tenacity, Legend Tenacity over. And they have like Pike slow from if you get hit by his Q and then, you know, his E route, but we're gonna dodge that, so we're gonna be fine. So they have a diamond on their team, so we'll have to be careful about the Pike here. The rest of us are lower elo, so we'll have to be careful about their Pike. Like, we'll probably keep track of the Pike roams a bit more. Well, actually, oh, that was his flex ring, but still, you know, very good. Pike is broken. I do worry a lot about Pike. Don't worry, Henry Wen said. I'm hard stuck. So let me turn my sound on. If you're not sure where to start, it's actually very easy to. Okay, let's reorganize. This. Good to reorganize because then you can use your F key as well. We're just guarding early. Care for Olaf invade. So usually I would 5-point over here, but since Garen is taking that spot, we're kind of chilling. I actually base and get sweeper and go for that ward actually. Something that I can do, but I'm not going to because I want to keep my yellow trinket this game. At least for the early level, so I can track Olaf flare. Oh, there's a Kali. You start E if he walks up again. Well, we can E him, I guess. We're gonna start E anyway. Oh, nice Poseidon. Alright, so we're gonna start bottom. We want to path top lane because this Fiora has Ignite. So if we do punish this Fiora one time, then that'll be pretty huge. If you're not doing AoE camps, then you shouldn't go Hunter's Talisman. I don't plan on doing AoE camps like Raptors or Double Golems this game, so I'm gonna not go Hunter's Talisman. Looks like Olaf might have started his blue. I actually can't tell. I think he started blue. I mean, just because Pyke used mana the early game, so I think he did start blue. So this is a path we can do. Oh, actually he didn't start blue. I'm down to fight here. So we don't have to use flash here because our Q is coming up soon. So he would just die to another EQ combo. So invading level 2 is really good. EQ flash, knock up, double kill. Now we have a bunch of gold. Just gonna base for my jungle item. Jungle item, so I have faster clear. Red Smite's good because they have 3 bruisers in the top lane. So they have 3 bruisers in the top lane and a Pyke. Red Smite's pretty good. Now we're gonna do blue buff. Pyke flash. Okay, cool. Olaf also flash. So it's gonna be jungle sup. Jungle sup, no flashes. And Scuttle Crabs are about to come up now. So we can definitely think more about Scuttle Crab. So Scuttle Crab's up. Focus Scuttle Crab. This is why I do like Hunter's Machete. Well, now I have both the whole jungle items, so it's fine. So top wave, pretty freaking big. So we don't want to gank top right now. Poseidon shouldn't be fighting in that huge wave either. He's gonna die if he fights, yeah. So we could predict that. Never ever fight in a 3 stacked wave. I can't even gank in that wave, let alone Garen 1v1. So we're kind of just farming right now. So jungle support top flash right now. Oh, there's Olaf here. He can take the Raptors, but we'll fight him. Holy shit, he's so strong, he almost beat me. So setting up a pink ward is good here. Misses EQ. So what's actually really good to do as a jungler is to clear out enemy wards so that you have bot prow. We gain bot prow from that. Then after we should actually do dragon. So we should push this and then head for dragon. Stacking dragon is really good early game. So I'm gonna ping my team to come for dragon. It's gonna spawn. We got vision control. We got our ping control too. And yeah, we have a stack wave bottom. So this is a good dragon timer. Because look, they're stuck bottom. And we're showing dragon, but it's pretty much too late for them to react. Yeah, so that's really good. We got dragon here. Olaf is top. So since Olaf is top, we can actually do some counter jungling. Do a little bit of counter jungling here. Actually, they might be watching the stream and Pyke could come and mess with me since I'm a little bit low. So, be a little bit careful there instead, actually. Yeah, Pyke's looking mid. Just back up. Look at my map camera control, guys. So you can always see like wave states. Like we see that top is getting pushed in. Mid is getting pushed in too. Or he's basing, but now we do Grom. Seeing if top is fighting. Then we want to kind of path bottom again. We have 3 kills right now. Or we can just do camps. Honestly, doing camps right now is good because we do want to get to level 6. But we're just gonna do camps right now. Really easy. Get 6 from camps. I'm watching bottom because they're pinging like they want to fight. Pyke is mid again. Good thing we have our pink ward there. So when your enemy support's roaming a ton, just pressure their AD carry really hard. Now that he doesn't have a support. So our Thresh should just flash on him. I just want to see my Thresh flash on the AD carry next time. Actually pressure this guy. I don't want to EQ in because he has his dash still. Okay, down fight here. Oh, their AD carry support moved first. We needed to flash the hook earlier. I thought I could EQ, but I kind of got cancelled. They're gonna lose this fight if they're not careful because Olaf is really strong. Cool, that lantern was late too. Try and get out, guys. Oh, that's not good. So this is good. He's baiting them to overstay. Now I get a double kill if I can get this ulti off. Nice. So Dragon's in 130. That should be our next play. We'll do top camps right now. And we'll path towards Dragon. We can actually play for Scuttle Crab here as well. We don't have top prow, so doing Herald is risky. But maybe we can get top prow together if I sweep over here. Tank this pink ward. Then we push this. And then now I'm gonna have my Garen pressure Herald here. And then we're gonna do Herald. Okay, so they have a support roaming here. We have to be careful. It is a support diff in this Herald play right now. We're trying to hit the Herald here. Alright, we're trying to back up. And now we have the Herald, and we want to play for Dragon next. Alright, so now that we get this blue buff. Oh! We got the blue buff. Man. Push bot. So my bot lane needs to push bottom a lot harder because Pyke is everywhere. One way we have to do to pressure Pyke to come back bottom is force, this MF to, not be safe under his own tower. Or push bottom so that Thresh can match the roam. So actually we have bot push right now. So we can look for the dragon. So we want to look for dragon here. Because we have numbers advantage, because they're under tower. So bot push into dragon. Second dragon of the game. And we're good. Olaf is around bottom now. We don't want to fight this because Akali's first. So yeah, just listen to the ping, please. Once Akali shows back mid. Oh, okay. We should have killed that guy. I should have EQ'd him. But actually we might look for MF here. So actually we should push bottom. We should push bottom here. Play for the tower. Alright, we're not pushing fast enough. I'm gonna push fast for these guys. Because Thresh should be pushing with Ashe too. This is so that we can bring, you know, they need to hit the tower. Get some plates. And we can back off. Put my pink here. Okay, cool. Now I'm gonna do my camps. Now that Pyke is back bottom. Pyke is just the most annoying champion if you can't have, you know, bot prio. Because what's gonna happen is that Pyke is gonna make mid lane really difficult to play. Oh, this is good. Bot's looking to fight. There's the Olaf. Focus the Olaf. Focus the Olaf. Ulti for damage here. Going for Pyke next. Nice. Double kill. We can get the whole tower here. We can even pressure dive on MF these days. I just need a Thresh to... Bro! Flay him! Flay him, flay him, flay him. No, 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 I'm tanking now, bro! Oh my god. Unlucky. Oh shit. We almost messed that up. No, but if you're full HP, you should be tanking another tower shot. Oh my god. I definitely didn't need to be that low. Then now we can go... Actually, Ninja Tabbies is pretty good here. And then in this situation, I'm down to actually just keep going more damage. So Dragon 2 minutes could be our next play. They're ganking mid again. Oh. That was a pretty good chunk. If Victor had W'd, that would have been pretty smurf. So we want to set up for next dragon. Let's get vision control here. So we're gonna sweep out. Take vision control. Use your wards. We can actually take a fight here. I'm actually down. Down to fight. No, no, no. We're killing this guy. I don't need the lantern. Oh shit. Oh, we're going pretty deep. But I'm down for this actually. Got the MF here. We can even pressure Olaf here. My EQ is in 3. Nice. But I do see a Pyke. Oh, he's going back mid. Okay, that's good. Really good. Then now we can do camps. And dragon's in 30 seconds, so we do want to look for the dragon ASAP. I shouldn't go to blue buff yet because dragon's spawning. So after this next wave mid, we can look for dragon. 9 seconds. We're stacking the dragons really well here. Bro. Dragon. Alright, let's do drag. I should have smited the Olaf there to kill Olaf faster. So that's how you kind of like get your team on the same page. You kind of just spam ping them. So Thresh was looking for a top gank there, but we need to focus on the dragon first. We're in a base now. Click the base. Base. Set up top herald. And next play would be to set up top herald. So we're gonna set up top herald now. We're kind of like orchestrating the team right now for the next play. Pretty crucial. There's a Akali here, base checking. So we're gonna look for a kill on Akali. Boom. And then we can look for a herald after. Easy peasy. Wasted Olaf ulti, Fear ulti as well. We can actually Q back to this and keep pressuring. Double knock up here maybe? Yep. EQ in another 3 seconds. This is why I love using CDR build as Jarvan. So I can actually tank this pretty easily. I'm pretty tanky myself. We got the tower, orchestrating the team, playing aggressive on this side. Herald is next. Nice. Now we got Herald. And here we have 1100 gold until next item, so next play is Dragon. So notice how I ping, you know, the next objective as soon as, like, every single time. It's pretty crucial. Because now we know base, setup, drag. So next objective is Dragon. So here Thresh should base for more pink wards, for more wards. If you do have a lot of gold, you as a support you do want to base just for wards, even if you're low on gold. It is good. And then we just set up for Dragon next. So we get that shit. And now we want to set up our pinks around here. So we're gonna pink up this area. We're gonna pink up Dragon area. We're gonna take their pinks over here as well. And then we should push bottom. And this is how you get a Dragon setup. Like, we have wards, we have the pink ward. Boom, boom. We have so much Dragon setup now. And we can get 4th drag in 20 minutes. 22 minutes. 4th drag, 22 minutes. We can actually take their blue buff here as well. Protect our wards. Take the blue. Drop them in together here. Focusing Olaf. Going Akali here. If I can hit him. Oh, there's Akali over there. I actually just herald this. Play for mid tower. They do walk up. Very easy to fight them here. Take like no damage from them. Olaf is no ulti, so down to fight. MF no ulti either. We just need carries to hit tower. It's all good. 30 seconds on Dragon. So we set up next Dragon here. Oh, take out these wards. 20 seconds on Dragon. They might face check here. Not sure if they're... Okay, so we go Dragon. 10 seconds. Cloud Soul. Controlling Dragon really well. Then we get Dragon here. Now, instead of Baron Pinks, is the next play. Next play is Baron, right? So we can head over and play for Baron next. Steric's better than the Stone play, just because I'm ahead this game. So I'm pretty unkillable already, so I just wanted a little bit more damage. Looks like I can help this guy out with the Scuttle Crab. So we're gonna pink Baron Pit. Then we have Sweeper in 1 second. We actually go pretty hard here. Nice. And we can start Baron because Olaf is bottom. And I actually am really tanky on this Baron here. We do a decent amount of damage to Baron as well. My E gives everybody attack speed. Baron's 2k now. Need to hit the smite. Boom. Oh. Get MF here. Nice. Okay, base. Set up. Mid and hit. So next play is to set up for mid and hit. Because it's pretty much one shot. So base, set up mid and hit. That's the next play. So we should head mid. And we have Cloud Drag, so like we're gonna be so fast out of the map and everywhere. So they're playing pretty far up here. So if they do keep playing far up, then we can pressure here. We should pressure on this next wave. This minion wave doesn't matter, but this next wave will. So we can actually catch this wave really strong. And we're pretty tanky, so we're not that scared. What the fuck? What is this? Did they just add that? Wait, holy shit. They just added that? I didn't know they added Scryer's plan to the game. This is good, this is good. Now we got the inhib. Now siege this next. Then in this situation, we can look for ulti. Oh, ulti here. EQ here. Boom. Win the fight. Looking for a Kali. They should be able to get him. Nice. And we escort the Baron wave in. Get the next inhib. And we can actually threaten end here because we have 2 waves. We're just so fast with Cloud Soul. I'm gonna save my EQ for after Fiora uses parry. So we're chilling there. Actually, it's just GG. Nice job, guys. Holy shit. No, we played macro there really well. GG's. That was really well played by my team. Everybody played really well. Like listening to the calls, the reset timings, getting control, the ward control, the ping control. Really nice job. So this is how you guys kind of like orchestrate like objectives and playing around objectives as a jungler, and even better as Jarvan, because Jarvan is really good at starting fights. So if you get the first setup on objective, you're really chilling. Plants and blast cones added for Infernal Soul and Cloud Soul, I think. Oh. Oh, you mean map changes. I see. So let's go into the replay because this is actually a really nice game to watch. Oh, actually is the replay broken? The replay has expired. That's unfortunate. Holy moly. Unlucky. Yo, GG guys. If you guys have any questions in chat, let me know. We have a few minutes left for the stream. We have 9 minutes left. We also do 1v1s. So we can also do 1v1 too. I'm actually down for that. So I'm gonna make a custom game. The password is 123. Team size 1, blind pick, Summer's Rift. Let's do a 1v1. Somebody. What was the rune page you used? So I used Conqueror, and then after Conqueror I did Boots and CDR. You can also do Stopwatch, CDR as well, because basically the Stopwatch you're going into Gargoyles saves you 600 gold or so. So let me actually check when do you get Stopwatch, because that's changed for such a long time. So this was my rune page. You get Boots at 12 minutes. Each takedown you get it 45 seconds earlier, so I got it really early this game. So Stopwatch you get at 14 minutes. Each takedown reduces timer by 2 minutes, which is pretty insane. And it's nice because it saves you gold when building into like Gargoyles. Hey Mike, I was the victor. Anything I should have done to improve on? I think you played really well, honestly. Like you dodged a bunch of pike ganks. One thing that I would say that would help you a lot is getting more pinks, so you can pink ward for the roams more often. Let's see. The Jarvan. No, we're playing top lane. Alright, we're playing top lane. So let's pick a top lane champ with TP. Top lane 1v1. Let's do it. Top lane 1v1 to end off the session. How do I pick my custom players? It's just first join, first come. Most of the time I put a password and then I tell you guys the password and then you guys rapidly join. What do you do when you're nervous on stage? You know, just like there's not really anything that you can really do most of the time. It's just more of just understanding that nerves are actually like a good part of, you know, competing, because it does help you focus sometimes better. Like it gives you adrenaline, you know. It's not actually the worst thing to have nerves. It's about how you use it basically. Because if you are nervous, just don't let it affect your gameplay too much. Just think about it as more of like a positive thing. Other than that, everybody has their own like different thing that they do. Like maybe they like doing, you know, their own pre-game ritual. Pre-game rituals do help with nerves. So if that's something that works for you, that could help. It's on Graves, jungle, high silver gold, high silver low gold. Graves jungle is really good at counter jungling, so make sure you counter jungle a bunch. Counter jungling is huge. Which is more important to you, winning or enjoying a match? A big debate against me and my friends. Let's see, winning or enjoying the match? I feel like winning does equal enjoying a match, because losing, okay, but it depends on what type of match it is. So it's a very variables based question. I would just say that typically in my experiences, losing is not as enjoyable as winning, because losing sucks. So I'd say winning. So in this matchup, basically dodge Qs, hit your Qs. It's a skill match. It's just a skill matchup, but it's a mirror matchup too. We actually have first push now. That's really good. So if I wait out his Q here, I'll have huge advantage over the lane. Okay, we denied him from getting a CS. So that's actually really good there. He's trying to auto attack me here. We got auto attack back on him. And then we can play for level 2 advantage here. So we get level 2 advantage here. I missed the CS, that's my bad. I missed that Q too. But at least I got the CS. And we have pushing wave, so we get prio in this lane. Quite nice. Now because we have prio, we can actually get level 3 prio here as well. Level 3 spike. Hit him with the W, get some decent damage. And now I kind of want to start like a freeze of some sort. So he messed up there. Because he used his E forward and didn't get his sweep spot. And I used my E as an auto attack reset. So we dodged his Q there. Now we have Q advantage as well. Alright, we denied him from going for a CS. That's good. Alright, we're denying a lot of CS. It's 15-7 right now. So we're putting a lot of pressure in this lane. And this is actually quite crucial. Because in... Okay. That was a pretty good trade by him. So we're 18 CS up. We can just play for like item advantage. If he's afraid to walk up to CS, like that's good. That's one way to win the lane. If I can threaten him enough. Nice, he uses dash away, so now he won't have dash. Get a QE. Playing around ability cooldowns, guys. Pretty crucial. I was a little bit scared to get that CS there. Now in this situation, we can just keep denying him CS by slow pushing. So we're watching his positioning. When he goes for the CS, I'm going to Q. Nice, we got his dash again. And it's just repeat. Now he has no dash. Now we're going to have Q. So we can actually look to Q dash on him as well if he walks up for this cannon. So we're going to let him walk up for the cannon. He's going to look to go for the cannon. We get 150 damage combo on him. And we actually get a cheat base here. So we get a cheetah base. Boom. We get a huge base timing here. If we want, like, actually I don't even want a cheat base. I want to keep harassing him because he's so low. And actually force him to use TP back. So in this situation, I want to just hard push because we force the TP back or he loses like a whole wave of CS. We don't want to fight here because he does have the item advantage, but now because of my CS advantage, we're like 19 CS up, right? We have like a huge gold lead. Thank God. So we're gonna TP back. Now we have item advantage, look. Boom to boom. We have 80 item advantage. So we just have a huge advantage in the 1v1. I messed that up. But he's playing on the defensive side, so we're actually chilling. We can block for this cannon, so he has to literally walk up if he wants the cannon. We're gonna push the wave. I wanted to... Oh, he messed up. We get pulled in here. Hit the Q. Hit another Q. Oh. Okay, we got the first blood. That's GG. And we have the CS advantage. GG. Either way, guys, just did that fun 1v1 since we had a little bit spare time after the in-house. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the in-house as well as the Jarvan guide. Appreciate it, guys. Yo, thank you for watching. And make sure to check out my Twitch at twitch.tv. I'm going to be streaming there next. So the link, I'm going to link it in chat. Twitch.tv/MikeYeung. And it's also going to be in the description below if you do want to see the link for my stream. We're going to do some solo queue games on my stream now. And also make sure to check out, ProGuides, the ProGuides.com website. Their YouTube channel is really nice, but they also have a really insane website too. So check out those two things. I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you guys for watching so much. We're going to be streaming on twitch.tv/MikeYeung. In the description as well as in chat right now, there's the link. Alright, peace guys. See you guys.